You see, but it's not just money that's hard for us to give up to follow Jesus. You see, we run after all kinds of trinkets, thinking that it's real treasure. And even when we realize it for the junk it is, we find ourselves consumed by it, stuck in it, unable to quit it. And the question is, why? Why? See, and that brings us to the last thing that Jesus turns upside down in our passage this morning. How do you get the true treasure? How do you get the life you're looking for? How do you get Jesus and his kingdom? You see, Jesus plainly says, no one can be saved. He says it is utterly impossible for a religious person, a rich person, indeed anyone to be saved. You see, nobody can earn their way into heaven. No one can merit their way into the kingdom. You see, with humanity, it is not just difficult. Jesus says it's impossible. You see, it's not just hard for us to change our hearts. It's impossible. You see, you can't just change the color you like. It's not how it works. You can't just change what you love. You see, this rich young man could not bring himself to cease worshiping the ruling force in his life, his great possessions. And you need to hear this. Neither can you. You do not have the power to change the things you love. But what is impossible with man is possible with God. You see, we cannot change our hearts. Oh, but God can. You see, he does it by showing us a superior love. He does it by showing us a better treasure. The great 19th century preacher Thomas Chalmers, he said it this way: neither you nor anyone else can dispossess the heart of an old affection. The heart is not so constituted. The only way to dispossess the heart of an old affection is by the expulsive power of a new one. And if that new affection be the love of God, oh, it shall draw the heart of the sinner towards him. See, the way religion works is that it shows you your sin, it shows you your failures, and it keeps that in front of your face so that you're motivated by fear or shame or guilt or blinded by self-righteousness. See, but the gospel works differently. See, in the gospel, what God does is he shows us who we really are. He shows us our deep need for a Savior, as he did for this young man. But then what he does is he shows you Jesus and all that he has done for you in spite of who you are. He shows you how Jesus has loved you and sacrificed himself for you, and how he has given himself for you. You see, so that you aren't motivated by guilt or shame, but by love. You see, when you see how greatly you have been loved, when you see how much Jesus has given for you, what happens is you long to give yourself back to that kind of king. You see, and until God shows you the good news about the gospel and all that Jesus has done for you, you will always keep going back to the empty wells that you run to and that you look to. You see, the Bible talks about how we're not just blind, but we are enslaved to sin, to the desires of our own heart that are killing us. And see, the truth is what we need is the God of the universe to open our eyes so that we might see him as the true treasure that he really is. You see, and when one day the Spirit of God opens your eyes to see that, and then every day on, see the surpassing value of what Jesus has done for you and who he is and all that he has done. When he opens up your eyes to see Jesus and his kingdom as the field that is worth selling everything else to have, as the pearl of great price that is worth giving away all of the others that he might own. You see, that's the expulsive power of a new affection. You see, you can't just stop loving the things of this world. You have to have your heart captured by the King who made it.